Hello and welcome back to JOKAKAKA. I am Jim JOKAKAKA.
And I am Sam
JOKAKAKA.
Kappa
And we're married. Or we're brothers. It's up to you.
But closer.
Thank you for joining in to us. Have a great night. So this is your favorite JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part 9. We're in part 9.
I know, it's crazy.
The JoJoLands podcast. We talk about it, so you don't have to.
Damn, as Aeon posted this like a little bit ago, but JoJo, called JoJoLands, ended like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that hurts, actually.
It's crazy.
That really hurts me. That means the podcast has been going on for so long, Sam.
It's longer than I want to think about.
Literally too long. It has been
the
going on
JOKAKA part, or just us in general?
Well, there was only about like a year before we started No JOKAKA. All right, we're talking about chapter 18 of the JoJoLands, which was Bad Girls Groove Bag Gone Bad. What is it called?
Bad Girls Bags Grooves Part 3.
Gone Sexual.
Gone Groovy.
Gone Groovy. We have a wonderful episode for you today. But before that, I just want to give a big, hearty, meaty shout out to our beautiful Jokocks, our patrons.
If you want your name shouted out, you're free to donate whatever you feel comfortable donating on our Patreon.
Yes, we really sincerely appreciate every dollop. So I'm going to go through the list now. We have Truffle, Gilbo, Odds, Go-Go Gappy, Perpetually Angry, Tactical Zebra GJ, Ariane Blintz, Blueface, Illicit Pencil, SBN Rustic, Classic Andy, Ninonen, Sabat, and Call Me K. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
So
speaking of piss, we gotta talk about the Ultra Jump cover, the piss colored characters.
Yeah, everyone was like, that fucking SpongeBob joke, the my eyes, like it's extremely bright. I have to say,
I'm not a fan of the
yellow. I don't like this shade of yellow. I do love that Charming Man's bow is like a bright pink.
Yeah,
that's really funny.
And like Usagi's going lemon lime.
Oh, he is going like a little lemon lime, isn't he?
You're going lemon orange.
Yeah. Normally I love Araki's color choice, but this is one where I just think this yellow is a little too loud. If it was a little more like desaturated, I think it wouldn't be as bad.
A lot of people get colored up, complaining about the color scheme recently. I feel either between JoJolian and then in the JoJoLands, where like, a lot of people don't like the official color schemes that much.
There was a little kerfuffle on Twitter about Gappy's.
Oh my god, the eyes of the All-Star Battle
colors. Yeah, so
that is awful. Orange.
Speaking
Gappy,
of pee, it's a piss colored
piss, soft and wet.
Yeah.
Speaking of a limp penis.
Orange Gappy, bright orange Gappy.
It's bad.
I really don't like it.
What were they thinking? Like, it's so ugly.
My brain just wants it to be white because it's like a sailor uniform. Yeah. But I would take probably almost any other color. The orange is just it's too loud. Like, one thing that Araki does really well with his colors, I think, like, I still love the first few pages of JoJolian, those few colored pages. But his colors are often very muted. He uses a lot of like really desaturated colors. So when he uses like really vivid ones, they pop. For here, it's like, I wish that he flipped it almost. I wish there was like less of the popping.
I really wish that game got like more, like when they re-released it, actually like, gave more to Gappy. I'm so mad. All right, here's the other color scheme. It's just green and a blue, other colors that he has.
I literally prefer the green and blue. I don't love them. As I said, I prefer white. White makes the most sense.
Again, Eyes of Heaven also did the crime of the Johnny color scheme, where they made him like the ugly green instead of like
I really don't like
white and
any
blue
of
or the white and pink or whatever.
Any of the SBR ones from that game, I really wasn't a big fan of.
All right. The Gyros are fine. Funny's fine as well.
Funny is perfect. Like the pink.
Diego is good too. But like, the Johnny is like, Diego's like the normal green or that teal color scheme they always give him in like everything.
All right. Well, let's talk about this chapter of JoJoLands. The Howler Assassins set loose.
He's doing the Olympian, the Turkish shooter. The pose.
He kind of is, actually. That's really fucking funny.
I do love in the covers that she has the
stupid cat. The little like hula dancing cat.
The stupid tourist item. I just love it. The crosshair hat. Like, he is definitely is doing the Western, like, hold your belt buckle and hold the gun. I'm still hoping that the silencer is the is the stand.
The stand. Yeah, it very well still may be. But one thing, so going right into the chapter, really it's just like a couple pages of our characters being destroyed by bullets. And it's confirmed the bullets are moving in slow motion. Which is really cool.
I also just hear the bullets impacting like the part 5 anime, like the mist of bullets making the contact. It's just the boom. And like, but they're fine.
It's really cool. I like how they're spinning because like bullets are like they do spin.
Yeah.
So it's cool that like the spinning. It's almost like they're drilling into their bodies.
I love it.
It's a really cool little effect.
And then we just immediately cut to the two talking of Bobby Jean and what's her name? What's the little girl's name?
What is her freaking name?
What's it called?
Does he say her name in
Bobby
the chapter?
Jean.
Lulu-chan. Lulu-chan.
Bobby Jean and Lulu-chan.
This is literally one of the funniest exchanges in all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is actually so funny to me that I couldn't believe I was reading it.
And this man, he can get cancer at any point.
It's true. He has to choose his words very carefully. This is so funny. So, okay, I want to just refresh everybody. Right now, her state of mind is literally like, I can't trust... Not that she can't trust Billy... Or Bobby, rather. It's not Billie Jean. I keep wanting to call him Billie Jean. It's not that she can't trust him, but Howler literally told her to not tell him, like, the shit that she is doing. Like, don't tell him your plans.
Yeah, do not give him information about the thing you have to retrieve, which is the rock.
And then the first thing she does in this chapter is... I'd love you to adopt me. Adopt me, please.
He's like, I'm married, have a couple kids of my own. My wife would not be down.
Like, my wife doesn't know who you are. Like, he's really trying to be nice to her.
And also,
here.
you keep wanting to buy things. I only buy you things to calm you down, but like, I don't make that much money that you would like.
I love too. He's really honest. Like he does come across as like a real boomer here. He's like yeah, kids like you that are really whiny. Give him like a big smack on the ass. Like
I would beat you if you were my child.
Literally, if you want to become my child, I will beat you.
It's just fucking hilarious. It's ridiculous, terrible, but like, so like. This is not like him, making him, he is an asshole. Like, he beats his children probably, or beat his children at a time.
And also, she's like, wait, you didn't buy those things because you loved me? He's like, no, it's like...
I'm working with you for the job because I have to.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tolerating you.
They paired us up. Like,
it's so funny, and he even, like, has to console her because she starts crying.
It's like, imagine if, like, this is like what I imagine, like, in part 5 where Diavolo has to interact with, like, Green Day and Oasis were like, I don't like them, but I would kill if you were my child. I would have killed you by now. Like,
so how old do we think she is? Like,
it would be a twist of like, I'm actually like poor Tom, where I'm actually like,
I'm fucking waiting for that shit. Like, I'm
actually a 1,000-year-old like vampire dinosaur.
I just heard about a story recently where a woman who was like in her like she was in like her early 30s, like created a fake email, to make it seem like a social worker was like in charge of her case and got like what's the word, like she had herself transferred into like a middle school, and it's like all the kids were making fun of her because she looked old, and so the teachers had to like talk to the kids like, hey, you can't bully her because she looks old. Little did they know this woman was like 33 years old.
God, it reminds me of that
she was just
case
like psychotic,
where like the parents adopted a child, like a little person. They kept saying, oh no, we treated her bad, and she was actually like a 30-year-old person the entire time. That whole case, and that's like a whole can of worms and terrible, and made her live on her own despite actually being a child. It's
crazy. It's fucking weird. But okay,
we don't know
yet. My point is that
because when somebody breaks, like a part 4 thing where they break and then they just age up or shrink or grow or something. Reverse part 4 where she actually like becomes like a normal height.
She becomes like an actual adult. So no, my point is like I want to know how old she is. Like if she's supposed to be like 10 or 11, then like if she's in like elementary school. This character is fucking deranged.
Damn, she's...
No, I'm not from that standpoint. Just like, I'm trying to think like her level of like maturity and understanding of social cues is that of like a 5th grader.
I mean, look at part 8 where a literal child could just know everything that's going on like intelligently. Like, we had a sexual deviant child, Jim.
Yeah, that's true.
We had a little sex pest of a child in part 8.
He was also like weird and like special.
So was Pork Pie Hat Kid.
All right, but whatever. It's very funny to me that he literally has to console her. And then we kind of quickly changed the subject. So they went.
Oh yeah, we just fired the bullets and just went up a floor.
Yeah, they went up a floor, which I guess we kind of learned what happened here was they shot the bullets from the elevator and then just went up. I'm still kind of trying to parse though some of how this works, just because. Like, I think Charming Man says that he heard, like, one...
He heard the last shot be
fired.
Like,
one last gunshot.
Which, if you don't know, silencers, like, don't completely mask every shot fired. It just...
Yeah.
It's just from a distance you don't hear it as much.
And I think they get worse the more you use them, too.
Probably.
Like, I don't think they stay, like, pristine after... He shoots, like, 15 fucking rounds at them.
Video games lie to you, people.
It is true, but... So part of what I was thinking was, and this is kind of jumping the gun a bit, is he using his stand to slow like the sound of the gunshot so that all the sound waves are hitting at once, so it just sounds like one shot?
Or like this is it acts like this. I think the silencer it acts like a silencer for the most part until like the last bullet fire or something like that. Like it doesn't mask it completely like a normal silencer, but still, and that's what slows the bullets down. Or you heard a weird noise like a.
It would make sense if it was the silencer, just because it is. The bullets seem to just be bullets. Like, the characters refer to them as just...
The gun is a gun.
Yeah, it seems like a normal-ass gun, that they're just... That the bullets have, like, a property affected
I want to see him just take out, like, an assault rifle and then put his stand on top of it or something like that to slow it down.
Or like, a mini nuke.
A mini gun.
A mini gun.
A fat man from Fallout.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about. So yeah, Bobby Jean is just like, it's like, yeah, they're probably all dead now. Like, we can go check on them. Let's just make sure they're dead.
He's like, they should be dead by now. We also learned that they found info on PACO, who is ex-military.
This is awesome. And dishonorably discharged.
He was probably stealing, like, ammo and grenades from the armory or something.
19! This motherfucker was, like, just enlisted. And maybe, like, he was just enlisted and then he fucked up. Like... what do you think he was doing? He probably was stealing.
But he probably stole from the armory.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But, like,
That's terrifying.
I also do love... Okay, this is why he is the muscle. He is the CQC. This is why he's so good at close quarter combat.
Yeah, it makes... I mean, yeah, if you go through,
This is why
like,
he's shit-talking, like, Charming Man's, like, close quarter knife skills. Like...
It's just, I mean, he still was only 19.
It didn't say, like, he had military experience. He could have been, like, the Marine or, like... And he's stationed in Hawaii kind of makes sense of probably why he's just staying around there.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about that. So he could be from anywhere then.
Yeah. He just imported in there, stationed there, and let go. Like, I guess I'll just chill around here and hang out with some high schoolers.
Also, his last name, I don't know if we had that before. His last name is Laborantes.
Laborantes, yeah.
So I guess he is Hispanic. I wonder if he's supposed to be like...
Unless Laborantes is like a Spanish brand of something.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
God, I will look it up as you go on.
But so yeah, then we cut back to the gang. Do we have a fun name for the squad yet?
I don't know.
I was just calling the gang.
The gang, the heist team.
Yeah, heist team, I guess. It doesn't have much panache, but so yeah, they're all just getting slowly drilled into by these bullets. Which PACO thankfully explains to us. I love that PACO immediately gets like it's evident that this is a PACO arc, like, which I love. Give me PACO.
I feel like if anybody counters bullets, it's him, because he can just, like, grab them and, like spit them out.
So PACO identifies, hey, they're pretty freaking slow. And is he the one that says to Dragona, like, yeah, he does. He says they're pushing their way in and asks Dragona to use smooth operators to take him out. There's like a lot of them though. There's like too many of them for like smooth operators. But I guess it becomes a non-issue. It sounds like
I'm not really getting anything for Laborantes. I'm looking up. So
it's just a name.
It's just a name and a bunch.
Or is it even a name? Did Araki go on like ChatGPT said give me Latina names?
Yeah, name would be Latino.
Yeah, Paco Latino.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, look into it.
Look up to that Latina light novel.
Yeah, look into what is it? Attacked vigorously by Latina or something?
Yeah, something like that. And the little person named Latina. But it's like Paco does like a Matrix dive too. It looks like in the one panel.
Yeah. I do also love once Dragona starts using smooth operators. I love the visual of like reaching down into these like they're like holes. The bullets are literally drilling holes into them, and Dragona has smooth operators just reach in and pull them out. But then like just move them, because like they're still moving, like their momentum is not stopping. That's why like I'm glad that you mentioned, I think last month, Kraftwerk, because that's like the first thing I was thinking, like, is there something about them that's like inertia or momentum? Like,
the thing about guns, we don't get like the bullets, we don't get the speed they're going in as much, like as you animate it, I feel, because like
yeah, it looks like they're going like
we have the
pretty
lines
quick. I don't know, it's hard to like quantify that.
We get trajectory lines, but yeah, it's just really weird.
It gets a little weirder later on in the chapter when we start seeing them like bounce off metal, because it looks like they're moving really fast. So I don't know, these look like they're moving like pretty. I don't know. I can't even quantify something moving that slow. Like, I don't have a good reference. Like a centimeter a second or something.
And I'm just like, what's the benefit of, like, it digging into you slowly like that? Because they gave time for, like, smooth operators to, like, get them out of them. Or, like, Charming Man to, like, crack off the hole to go through him and everything.
Yeah, I guess, well, maybe the benefit is something we haven't, like, that hasn't been revealed yet. Because part of the power is that, what's his name? Bobby Jean can, like, attack you without you even hearing it. Like, so I don't know, I think them being slow is just a benefit.
And the one went through Jojo's mouth, and like
I know, that's
or maybe
crazy.
If it digs into you and you start moving around, it just like does more damage because you move.
Yeah, I guess unless you have a stand like smooth operators, you wouldn't really be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, like, you know, Charming Man's stand.
And yeah, that's a good point actually, because like if you tried to move around, it would just do more damage. It would be worse for you.
Because it still, like, I guess has the same force of a bullet, you know, hitting you. But yeah, it just...
You know what it kind of reminds me of? In like a game like Elden Ring or something, where like the hitbox stays on too long. Like, have you ever seen, you know that one dog? There's one dog in Elden Ring that was glitched so hard
I heard about this.
They had to patch it. So it's called Bleed Dog. And if you look up Bleed Dog, you'll see it can do like 17,000 like damage per second, because normally when it bites, its hitbox is supposed to turn on for a second during the bite and then turn off, but it accidentally just stays on the entire time. So if you just are being attacked by it, you just get like literally tens of thousands of damage per second. That's what it feels like. It's like the hitbox is active for these bullets the entire time.
I was thinking of like 14. There's a machinist ability called Drill that just shoots a giant drill that just hits the opponent, just digs into him, and then just goes through. I kind of felt like that could have been the thing of like buries in. But it also does, they bounce off the wall, or like they lose like it only affect a person in a scene because like no one notices it. The doctors don't really notice everything. Yeah,
they don't. But also like it's confirmed they're not really making noise either. Like,
and said these bullets aren't automatic pursuer types, and it just like I need the explanation for these.
It is really funny. The doctors walk over. They're all like covered in bullet holes. They're like, "It's fine. Go back to your patients."
Only the front of them are, so they didn't see any of the bullet holes like leave them.
Actually, that's a really good point.
And JoJo's kind of hiding his mouth because they went through his mouth. So
that is brutal. Seeing it go through his mouth, like the bullet inside his mouth. That's crazy.
He's gonna have his mouth scar. Like, he's gonna say, "You know how I got these scars?" Like his favorite character, the Joker.
And then JoJo, the sociopath, says, actually, it's a good thing that they know we're here.
That means they know, they're aware that stuff is happening to their assets that are coming to us.
Yeah, which is actually pretty insightful from JoJo. I like that we're kind of already making him and Howler, like, kind of pairing them off as, like, I don't know. There's like almost a rivalry forming already, which is kind of cool.
Also, you know what's funny? Like, it's great. Oh, and look at Usagi. He's just like dying inside the MRI machine. Where to me in this panel, it looked like he's like in a washing machine spinning around.
I was getting like Gmod vibes of like
just like
when something in Gmod's colliding and it just keeps bouncing. That's what I'm imagining. I love that Machi Kudasai is like slowly becoming the MRI machine.
And he keeps trying to say DNA. Like, he's doing a thing where he says, what's it? The
initialism.
Acronyms.
Yeah, acronyms. Yeah, acronyms.
You're going to say knife grab.
Okay.
Knife. He has a knife. And naughty. He's a very naughty boy. Look up knife grab.
Look up knife grab.
Look up little orphan Forble. But yeah, so I guess they're attending so they are just like, it's just bullshit. They're just working an MRI machine. They don't have a computer we really see for anything.
No, Charming Man has like a tablet. Charming Man's using a tablet.
He's using a tablet, but I still don't believe he knows what he's doing with that tablet, though.
They're just looking for the little stand user. They're looking for the little stand in his brain. That's all they're looking for.
You think when you play the Yu-Gi-Oh client Master Duel where you're just hitting the button saying yes, yes, yes. He's like, sure, why not? You're just hitting like, yeah, sure. I'm activating ability to happen on the card. I'm sure I'll get the results by just keep hitting the bright button.
All right, sure. I don't know. I don't understand what that means, but
it just means click yes. They're just clicking yes on everything.
So yeah, they're Dragona. There's a very funny like little side thing going on where, what's his face? Charman's like, hey, don't get too close to the MRI because they're like super fucking magnetic. And then Dragona gets like pinned against the wall because he has all this fucking jewelry on.
And also just I don't know. Also just Dragona just has like the metallic looking stand as well. I'm not sure if stands could be magnetic if like they're like robots.
It's really interesting.
Not including Metallica.
I was gonna say
Metallica's just little guys.
You read my mind.
That can just do Magneto powers.
They are little guys.
Also, like JoJo just sewing up his mouth in a background of a panel, which is gross.
That's really cool. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he just knows how to.
That's awesome. I love that they're just like making full use of the hospital setting. They're like, yeah, JoJo just walked into a room and found some stitches.
It's just like party to have an entire bloody battle going on, which no one really noticing.
JoJo is giving himself stitches, presumably not even looking in a mirror. He's fucking freehanding this. It'd be so funny they cut back to him and it's like all fucked up. He's like all these extra holes in his cheek.
And just for now until Dragona can just drag some skin over.
Yeah, just cover it up.
So gross.
So then,
they figure that, the enemy's above us, they went up the elevator, they're kind of figuring out, and Usagi's not doing good. Like, yeah.
But they're, like, fine now. Like, they got over, I guess they found a couple med kits or something, because PACO and JoJo are, like, totally chill with all the bullets.
Yeah, Dragona's suffering. It's very funny, but yeah. They're on the tablet. I guess despite having a tablet, you could just, like... It's like, did the tablet come with Usagi splitting the MRI machine?
I'm just gonna say it fucking does, because why wouldn't it? Like, they know what they need. They asked it for a thing. I'm sure it just gave them what they need.
Also, everything is just starting to attach itself to the MRI machine, which is very funny.
It is really funny. It's one of those, like, it almost feels like a gag of, like, it's like things are heightening. It's getting, like, more and more.
So, like, it'd probably be something around the MRI machine to not suck in that much of a magnetism, or they're just like
I think that they just keep them in an area. That's why they're always like in their own room, and they just intentionally keep. They make sure to not include like magnetic metals.
They're not even in a separate room. They're just in a hallway doing it because you can just see like them by the elevator.
Yeah, because they just picked a fucking store closet to use it.
Yeah, they didn't go to an empty room. And then we just see, like...
the only empty room they could find.
Like, the weirdest group of, I guess, like, JoJo creatures and, like, woman in suit. I'm pretty sure this is how, like, freaking, what's her name? Lisa looks in, like, the suit. I'm pretty sure she had, like, a suit look on, like, the light novel stories that they've been telling for her.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, then you got, like, weird-looking creatures.
It's, Sam, those are just what Americans look like.
True. The normal...
We are in America.
The normal Hawaiians. And... That lady, I don't know, the lady looks too unique to, like, not be a person.
She literally does make eye contact with PACO, too.
PACO's gonna hook up with her.
PACO's gonna fuck this woman. But then we see, as PACO starts to go into the elevator...
As he's also checking the woman out.
Yeah. We see Bobby Jean holding hands with a perverted little bastard.
This is the Willy Wonka. Like, she's the child, and he's the guardian. He's Grandpa Joe, and she's Veruca Salt.
Evil. They're both evil. But yeah, so I love this is like
the two most hated characters in Willy Wonka.
That's true. This is such like a classic JoJo stare down. Like, just looking at these two people getting off the elevator. There's a great shot of Bobby Jean holding like his fucking gun behind his back.
I also just love the eyes of just like, oh, he knows and she's panicking. Like the two different like. Yeah, I love that.
Bobby Jean is so fucking cool. I love this guy.
I love it. I love him. And the gun is very funny. And...
So yeah, they're the last ones off the elevator. PACO then enters the elevator right after them, and things are fine.
There's not really any blood. Like the bullets hit their mark, but yeah, they defended against him somehow. They didn't get too deep, even though like there should be like a friggin' JoJo got like shot in the mouth, and you can see in some panel like the stitches on his mouth.
Oh, can you actually?
Yeah, the panel where like PACO's walking out the elevator, you can see JoJo with the mouth.
Oh yeah, and they're not super fucked up either.
It'd be cool if he has a scar that just keeps the scar on his mouth.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then it just cuts back to Paco, and there's just an array of bullets. It's so funny.
Almost like comical how many bullets.
And he didn't notice it until the last shot is found, or a shot, I guess, because he didn't notice it until like there was a fucking army of bullets.
And something too, like I want to point out, like just the way that the bullets are drawn, like the angle at which they're drawn, it makes it seem like Bobby Jean literally crouched down and fired some of them like under, you know what I mean? Like
he shot it in his back. These are like very like
it's like he tried to shoot him from like all angles almost.
It's like, okay, did you? I don't know how many John Wick movies. You ever see any John Wick movies? I think later on where like he's like having a silent. Okay,
I've seen a clip of that.
Okay, yeah,
the silence fight in the mall.
That's what he's doing, like shooting it through like clothes.
That is awesome. I've seen that clip. I don't know what movie that's from, but
it's like John Wick 2. I think that scene's
yeah,
from.
I need to watch more of those movies.
They're very awesome, fun. Movies.
The first one was a lot of fun.
And then Paco does a cool thing of using the hustle and like grabbing like the elevator panel, and just covering himself with it. It's such a cool move.
I love the hustle so much. It's so fucking
so versatile.
Stupid. It is so versatile. So yeah, he basically makes like full body armor for himself. But yeah, look, the bullets are coming from like all angles, and then just like the speed at which they are ricocheting off the metal, it looks like they're moving kind of fast here. Like it looks like they're moving faster than they were before.
And what I love, like he realized right away. Oh, it's those two. It's not like who is attacking us. It could be anybody who got out of the elevator. Is it the weird looking person in a wheelchair? The nurse creature? Is it the hot lady who was making eye contact with me? No, I know it's these two.
Yeah. Which is great. We love Paco being smart.
Yeah,
but then also like the elevator fucking crashes. Like I was surprised by this.
Or he's in the basement, so it didn't go to. I'm not sure if it went up at all or like.
So okay, I do want to talk about this. The floor they're on is B1, but I don't know if they're actually supposed to be in a basement because they technically are going down, and the floor that we see next is just number 1. So I'm gonna put this up as a weird
lobby
Japanism
or a weird lobby. Like
yeah, I mean, also hospitals are really weird, especially big ones. They are weird with floor names sometimes.
It's not basement; it's like the base level.
Maybe. Well, that's the funny thing. So I can't speak for Japan. I don't think they do this, but in Germany and a lot of places in Europe, they consider the first floor to be the second floor. Okay. So the first floor, when you walk into a building, that's called Erdgeschoss in German, like ground floor. Then you would go up a level to the first floor, which we would call the second floor. Then you'd go up to the second floor, which we would call the third floor, etc. So I don't know if maybe it's a weird Japanism, or if it's just a weird like hospitalism where hospitals sometimes have like different numbers and names, but whatever. So, but it does appear that Paco, it looks like they broke the elevator so that Paco would like fall and die. Because like that's what it looks like to me. It looks like when an elevator like crashes, it looks like the elevator like massively like falls down the shaft and crashes into whatever floor 1 is.
Looking at a picture of the Japanese elevator panel, that doesn't look like it's any different from an American one.
Looks at it. This is all in Japanese.
It's not. They are just the numbers. It looks like they are just normal numbers.
So yeah, as I said,
I see 1 and then go down to B1 to B4. Like it looks like an American panel.
Also, I don't know if I've been in enough buildings that have multiple basement floors, but is it common for basement floors to be like numbered like in reverse? I mean, I remember from Pokemon games they were, but
it's like B1. Yeah, no, it's like B1, but they're like labeled like in reverse order. I guess.
Yeah, so be like the first one you'd hit would be B1, then second one B2.
Yeah,
I've never been in a building that has more than 1 basement level, so or that I've been in an elevator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. This is such a stupid conversation. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so we get down to the old man Joshu leaving. Like, haha, I totally got that Howler guy. That country bumpkin, I totally froze his assets, and he gets shot in the head.
This is awesome.
My tummy's making the rumblies. I better go get some prescription.
Okay, so yeah, so Paco crashes onto floor 1, so ground floor, and then that's one of the bullets. One of the stray bullets goes out from the elevator that Paco is crashed in.
Oh yeah, he goes to the hospital.
Yeah, that's how he died.
Yeah.
So like literally the bullets that Paco deflected potentially are the ones that kill this guy.
A random stray bullet. So that means.
And he just drops the fucking docks, which means I guess they're free for anyone.
Did the guy who dropped him off like realize this, or just like drive away? Like,
I mean, it looks like he probably got hit like pretty quick.
And this wasn't a plan do you think this was a plan killing the guy, or was this gonna be like getting the I guess the contract, I guess, or the law?
Yeah, it's just the mechanism. The mechanism of luck is what's guiding this here. Like, this is all just happening because we need to. The end point needs to be that our characters get the ownership to this land. That's what needs to happen. So that's why this guy dies.
And so in this bullet, so this, in there with PACO, so did they just shoot back out, I guess? Or
that's why I'm saying, like, it either was a bullet that just, like, didn't hit PACO and missed him and flew back, or it's one that PACO, like, ricocheted by putting the metal on. So obviously PACO didn't intend for this to happen. I gotta go to
a hospital and get a prescription.
That feels like another weird Japaneseism, where, like,
I gotta go to CVS.
Yeah, like, he does say, like, it's an emergency prescription. What does he say? I'm gonna get a prescription for stomach medicine written for me. So he needs it done now. If this were actually written by an American, he would go to an urgent care. Let's be real. Like, he needs a doctor to do something. He'd probably go to an urgent care rather than, like, an emergency room, which I guess is probably what he was planning on doing.
I guess.
In America, the idea of being like, my stomach hurts, I'm gonna go to the emergency room to get a prescription. Like, no.
This hospital has, like, this is like a lobby, I'm guessing he's at. There's, like, nobody there.
Thank God, otherwise they get fucking killed by these stray bullets.
Wait, okay. So they were in the basement. Did PACO go up?
No, PACO goes down.
Because then if you hit the lobby...
That's why I'm confused why it's called B1, because it can't be a basement, because PACO...
They all went down. Assumingly.
Yes. Well, we see the elevator goes down. Once PACO's in the elevator gets attacked, they go down. Like, we see the elevator sliding down. Then
shot. He should have went. It should have went up.
Who should have went up?
That elevator. Him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's just because, like, stupid. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. All you need. The B1 thing is throwing us off too much. Just don't even think of it. Just pretend like they're on floor number 2, because that's where they are. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're on, like, floor 50. But the important part is that PACO's in an elevator that slides all the way down to the ground floor. Erdgeschoss, as we would say in German.
Sure you would.
But okay, whatever. That was JoJoLands Part 18. We did it. Okay, now that girl's bag's groove.
Now I gotta look back at fucking elevator stuff.
Now I gotta frickin' pull up the elevator list and count how many elevators there have been.
And then I go back a chapter, I see the giant B1 just in there.
just taunting you. Alright, so, I really... I was a little hard on this chapter when I first read it.
Were you?
I was a little hard. I was like, I feel like nothing really happened here. But after going through it again with you, it was really fun. I like this one.
I like the chapter. I love our villain duo.
I just think I was kind of spoiled by the last few. It felt like we learned a lot. Like, last chapter we had Howler. We had fucking Howler appear.
Like Howler introduction.
And then we got a bunch of stuff with him and Lulu. And, like, it just felt like so much more happened. This just felt like, as I said, it felt like a sequel to a fight chapter. Like, that.
Yeah.
Once you hit a certain level of JoJo, like, once you're in a certain level of, like, the stand fight, this is just the amount of action you can expect.
And which chapter. One of them will punch the child?
I hope it's PACO. I want PACO to use his stand to, like, ride up a rope up to the elevator and then punch her ass.
Or, like,
I do think PACO. This is a PACO fight.
Her
for sure.
being the victim's like an Usopp thing where she just dies from panic.
No, so okay. One thing too, I didn't bring it up earlier, but so remember, her goal is that she wants the rock now.
She needs the rock.
She's trying to get the rock,
and he just wants to kill all these people. Where he only knows the identity of one, really.
Yeah, but remember what she wanted more than anything in the beginning of this chapter. She wanted to be his daughter.
Yeah.
So if she gets the rock, I bet that somehow randomly there's going to be some mix-up in the adoption agency, and he's going to become her new legal guardian.
God, no.
Or something weirder is going to happen. But that's my wacky fan theory of the week, is I think that Lulu is going to become the daughter of Bobby Jean just because she wants it so bad. And she's stupid, and she doesn't realize, like, what she's asking for.
I mean, it's interesting that he's the only target is PACO and maybe Judia. Also, just looking at the elevator thing, the basement one is below the one.
Now I'm even more confused.
And I go, oh, it has 5 floors. So yeah, I don't know. I am curious to see, like, okay, they get Usagi.
I'm even more confused.
Maybe killing the thing inside Usagi messes her up more. Like, Because Charming Man...
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be, like, the start of next chapter. They're probably going to find it, and they're probably going to be able to kill it.
And he's like, I want that gun. And he duplicates the gun. And why isn't the silencer duplicating? Because that's the stand, or something like that.
That feels too, like... That feels like it would take too long.
Give PACO a gun.
Also, it feels weird for our characters to have a gun.
Give Charming Man a gun.
It does feel really weird to give a JoJo a gun.
I mean,
I feel like that shouldn't really happen. They should have like gun surrogates, but they should never have like a gun.
Finger guns are fine.
Exactly, like a surrogate for a gun.
Mista had a regular ass gun the entirety of Part 5, though.
But he's not JoJo. He's not the JoJo.
Whole Horse had a gun.
He's a bad guy.
No, until he wasn't in the spinoff.
Yeah, in the spinoff. All right, now we're bringing in fan fiction.
Not fan fiction. I enjoyed that.
I never finished it.
You should. It's pretty good.
I will one day, but yeah.
Does Emporio get the gun at some point?
Does he? Well, yeah, he does, but it doesn't do anything because
he does shoot a gun though.
Doesn't he shoot himself?
Shoots a lot of.
I think he shoots himself, but it doesn't work because it's a ghost gun. Just like how you can't eat the food in there because they're ghost food.
I forgot. It's ghost logic.
Yeah, ghost logic.
It's SpongeBob when Plankton would eat the hologram meatloaf.
I do love the idea that when JoJo just drops in a weird thing like the mirror dimension or like this is the ghost. This is the ghost room.
Thing as a mirror dimension. Jim.
Yeah, I know. It's funny to me to bring up this whole like weird new concept and use it for like one thing. Like this is the ghost room. Don't worry, we won't bring up ghosts ever again.
Don't worry, it's just a hangout for them.
Yeah, it's just a place to chill.
Like I love when they just have another like area. I don't know. It's silly. I love that silly.
It is
thing.
silly.
Like,
there was some good silliness in this chapter. I really love Lulu being so fucking stupid. I love a stupid bad guy. They're so funny.
I enjoyed this Willy Wonka ass duo of just like terrible child,
psychotic adult,
competent adult that's probably an asshole. Like beats his children. Definitely an asshole if he beats his children.
Well, he says he gives him a bop on the butt.
I guess
in Biden.
I'm gonna tell a child, yeah, I would just beat your ass with a belt. No, he's like, no, I would give you.
I guess in Biden's America, we aren't allowed to beat our children anymore.
Shut up. But like, you okay?
Yeah, I just thought it was really funny. I was really funny with that one.
Yeah, it's so funny. You coughed up your humor.
I coughed up my humorous. My uterus.
I don't know because so one of them knows stand user. Two of them are trying to help Usagi, and JoJo is there.
So right now, it's literally JoJo squaring off against both of them.
And JoJo can, I guess, subdue them all with his stand, I guess.
He definitely can. JoJo's so strong.
But he has to get above them. But he has to get above them in an angle to shoot.
Or he has to swing and he has to swing himself in an angle.
Or just get get next to them. So he's like, oh, I'm shorter than you. I'm gonna make November Rain just like.
It's so terrible how the cats just ruined my brain with JoJo Stan because now it's like, oh, as long as he like is laying down, he can shoot somebody.
Yeah, he's like
apparently it's oriented perfectly with the top of his head.
Be like, thank God I was like a gymnast back in New Jersey.
He's constantly swinging around.
I was on the New Jersey national team of preteens in in gymnastics.
He could have gone pro.
Could have gone pro, you know.
But yeah, this was a fine chapter.
It's a fun chapter. I felt like this came out later than it normally does. I felt like
the opposite. Well, I was sick this month.
Yeah.
I was really sick this month, so this month doesn't feel real to me.
It came out the perfect week because I was also very busy throughout like this month.
Yeah, no, and a Sunday, we're fucking blessed. This is like the best day for a chapter to come out on.
I got a One Piece chapter, got a Ruri Dragon chapter. It came out pretty good.
The man is feasting right now.
Yeah,
the man is feasting on his chapters.
Kind of a Nashi chapter. Very nice. Very good month. Anything else, or do you want to just get to root beer talk?
Root beer talk.
You can go. Want to go first?
I will go first.
Go ahead.
So, I was sick recently, and I watched a ton of movies. A fuck ton of movies.
I can imagine.
Big shout out to the Criterion Channel. Love watching my hoity-toity artsy-fartsy movies. But I do want to talk about two movies. I watched two movies that for me are 10 out of 10s.
Okay.
Which is... It's really rare for me to give a 10 out of 10 to a movie. It has to like really like challenge me or make me like light my brain up in a very particular way. So I'll start with the one I watched today. I went and saw Coraline in 3D. Fathom Events was doing a 15-year anniversary special like re-release of it in 3D, which I never saw it in 3D. I saw it once on Netflix.
Was it the movie seemed like made for 3D?
It was designed for 3D.
Okay.
That's the reason why I wanted to see it. So, have you seen Coraline?
I've seen a bit of it. I can't remember. I don't have a good memory of Coraline.
It's fucking amazing. It's wonderful. But
I know Button Eyes.
You know that like when she finds the door in her house and she crawls through like the big hole.
Yeah.
It's almost like a jungle gym kind of thing. It looks like a kid, whatever. Kid made a big hole. The scene in the movie when in 3D when that like she opens the door and you see this big massive hole leading into the void. That like 3D element looked so fucking good. The camera was really like it felt like a live action movie with how like watching it in 3D, like how intentional the camera was and the camera placement and all the shots. Mm-hmm. It just it like added a whole fucking forgive the pun, but it added a whole new dimension to the film, and it really blew me away. I loved it. Mm-hmm. Second movie I watched, also a 10 out of 10, which funnily enough, exactly 70 years came out before Coraline.
Yep, it's called Borderlands.
It's called Borderlands. No, it's called Black Narcissus.
Okay.
It is a British film from 1949, and it's in Technicolor. Uh-huh. And it looks fucking incredible. Like, I did also watch Citizen Kane for the first time, too.
You never saw Citizen Kane?
I never saw Citizen Kane.
I watched that in my film class in college.
Citizen Kane is actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, we watched it mainly going for, watch some of the visual...
How amazing the visual direction is.
How they pulled it off for the time, and, it's amazing that when you watch it with that perspective.
42. Citizen Kane was 1942, and it looks fucking incredible.
Funny, kind of related, I watched recently again was the original takes of the Orson Welles wine commercial.
Oh, the French. It's literally the greatest video ever. I love when he's sleeping, whoa.
The actors, I don't know how the extras did not laugh.
They probably were furious. They were probably
the French.
Whoa. If you have not seen, look up Orson Welles wine commercial. I think it's Dom Perignon. I think it's not champagne.
Oh, the French and their champagne.
Oh, it brings his French excellence. No, but I also watched Citizen Kane, and Citizen Kane, a movie that looks incredible. For me, it's like a 9 out of 10. I loved it, but it was...
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it because, like I said, I love watching a movie for the visuals, especially older movies. It's the best way to enjoy those movies where you try to see, oh, how did they pull this off? It's like when you watch Metropolis.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is insane how they pulled off these visuals for this kind of movie.
Yeah. Metropolis, I haven't watched that in a while. That one was a little more difficult for me just because...
Oh, I love watching
I'm not really into silent films as much. I haven't seen too many silent films that I love. I haven't really seen a lot of silent films, so...
Yeah. That was probably my favorite class I ever took in college was that film class, and I said watching that was just for the visuals, was wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, so what 19?
You can watch the weird
1915? Is it pre World War I? I can't remember.
I don't think it's that early. I thought it was 1929 or 1930 or something like that.
Oh damn, I was so off. It is 27. Okay. Why did I think it was pre World War I? That's fucking stupid.
But I think you can watch the weird the 80s or 70s re-release where they added fucking I could have swore they added weird Queen soundtrack, or they added some weird soundtrack to it.
The problem with Metropolis is that it's a movie that a lot of it was lost for a long time, and a lot of it is still lost.
It's like Doctor Who, where they just find random, they'll just find a random clip or whatever.
And what they'll do is they'll do re-releases all the time because we found this. That's probably why they did one with Queen or whatever you're saying.
Yeah, some weird I forget, there was some weird ass music to it.
I'm not trying to shit on Metropolis or anything, but Citizen Kane, I was blown away by. But even more so, a little movie called Black Narcissus. Mm-hmm. Basically, it fucking blew my mind. I couldn't believe not only how amazing it looked, but from a movie that came out in 1949, or what did I say, 1949. It had amazing directing. The visual effects were really cool because it was kind of in an era where you had to be really clever with visual effects. So they used a lot of backgrounds that were really cool. But it's a movie about a bunch of nuns who they go to India to basically start a monastery, or sorry, I guess a convent is what nuns do. So basically they're doing it in a super remote region. It's far in the mountains, and they're not supposed to be there. Everyone is you should leave. The mountain air corrupts people. There were monks that tried to start this. You need to leave. And the main character, she's very willful. She's no, I think that we'll make it, and we'll make a dispensary, and for like
Marijuana
medicine, not
dispensary,
drugs,
yes.
not like for
and
like
enough space for a nun to
blaze
blaze
up.
it up. The blazing nun, they call it.
But so the nuns are all like, yeah, we want to bring like medicine to these remote people and religion, blah blah blah, and like the mountain, there's like a supernatural force that is like, it's kind of like the opposite of like a Lovecraft story where like. That kind of thing where there's like a corruption element.
Yeah, it's like this land. Yeah, this land changes you.
Exactly.
Kind of
it's like this is what I love about this movie. It's almost like that idea, but flipped on its head, where the women, these nuns,
I'm out.
these nuns, as they're in prayer, as they're trying to like set up this community, they keep having flashbacks to when they were young women, when they had like interest in romance and possessions and. Yeah. And it's, to me, it reads almost as when
they were into sin.
Yeah, to me, it's like the mountain is like purifying them. It's bringing them back to like a more like early state of their life, and they hate it because they don't want to be that. They want to be like close to God. And the last like 20 minutes become a straight up horror movie. And for something in like 1949, it's just crazy. Yeah. It just fucking blew me away.
Old horror movies are something that's very fascinating to go back and see.
I won't spoil it, but Black Narcissus, literally 10 out of 10. I could not fucking believe it.
I was thinking of the 1984 restoration of Metropolis, which a Italian music producer outbid David Bowie for the rights for, and it had songs composed, produced, recorded with artists as Freddie Mercury, Bonnie Tyler, Pat Benatar, Adam Ant, and John Anderson. So yeah, it's a really weird, like, I guess a bunch of just that time's most popular musicians.
It's
weird.
Yeah, I don't love that. I think that's kind of tacky.
Italians for you.
Fucking Italians.
I can say that, I'm Italian.
It was a German film initially.
Oh, the Germans.
But yeah, that, and I'll just say one more movie I watched. I watched a movie called When a Woman Ascends the Stairs, which was a Japanese movie. I think it was Murabe is the director. I forget his name. This is from the 50s, and it was all about like a Japanese woman who's like getting up in years, and by that I mean she's probably in her early 30s, and she's a hostess at like a host club, and she basically is at a point in her life where she needs to decide, should I get married and become a regular housewife, or should I become like a business owner? Should I try and buy my own host club?
Okay.
And
host club.
Well, the hostess club. I just found I found that movie really great too. I loved it. It was so interesting. Really interesting look at like, we have like strip clubs in America, but host clubs and hostess clubs are so weird to me from a cultural standpoint, because it's literally a bunch of like married businessmen after work going to just like flirt with women.
They want to be pampered, or attention on them specifically.
Yeah, and they literally just go to flirt with women and pay. They go to pay to flirt with women.
Yeah,
but they can't fuck.
Because you go to an anime and they have maid clubs and they have host clubs, and I think like I've been to both before, where the host club is very funny. Like there was somebody I think we knew that was doing it near us, and they were just like, she was doing it a very like knock stuff down and tell them to pick it up. But they're funny. But like there's something that like people have a different mindset, or like they don't like, oh, I don't want to go home to the old ball and chain. They'll just nag me. I'm gonna go to the host club and drink. Have them go to the maid cafe. Have them like make my omurice with a heart on it, like that kind of thing. Do it.
Yeah, the maid cafe must have been like an extension of this.
It's like when you think about some of those. Okay, what are the tropes from Japan that you see? Like these are skins people add in video game, which is just like maid outfit, like stuff like that. Where they're very particular. Okay, these are the kind of clubs that like it's the most common thing that Japanese businessmen go to after work.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a really When a Woman Ascends the Stairs, really awesome movie.
Did she ascend the stairs?
Too. Well, the thing was...
Yes, give me yes or no. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Don't spoil it.
Yes or no.
Yes. Okay, and every time she does, she hates it, because that's her going to work.
I don't need the details. I don't need to know she makes it.
I just need to know.
I just need that middle ground. I'll watch. But
oh, yeah. I can't give enough of a shout out to Criterion Channel. I just love watching movies that I've never heard of from like the 50s.
That's really cool. Really fun to do.
Yeah. And it put me in a real movie mood. I watched a fuck ton of movies this week.
You're not saying that's in the play?
Just Balatro.
That's fair.
I've been playing Rogue Legacy 2. I don't care for it.
I kind of dropped off on the first one.
Yeah, I think the first one, I had like Stockholm Syndrome with it, and I stuck around for too long, and I was like, you know what? I'll play the second one. I didn't like the second one.
It was like one of the first roguelike, I think, that dropped when that big roguelike craze started.
And it was very like front and center, like Rogue Legacy, like...
It's in the title.
Yeah, literally. And I don't know, there's something of the way it plays. It feels really cheap to me. Maybe I'm just bad, but like I don't love the way the characters move compared to a game like Hollow Knight.
It was very floaty from what I remember from the first one,
but not in like a satisfying way.
Yeah.
Okay, that was enough. That was like 15 things for me.
All right.
That was
you had a lot to do.
I was like the root beer fucking bartender.
You had a lot to go through.
I did, yeah.
I guess for me,
recommend me Japanese movies, please, that aren't anime. In the comments in the chat.
You should watch The Night Come for Us. It's a Taiwan or one of those.
That's not Japanese.
So it's cool. It's a really cool action movie. If you're not long, you don't.
I've heard of that one.
Very bloody, but really cool. I like that one.
I'm trying to watch Slice of Life. Nothing movie. No, I'm kidding. But that's all I've been watching.
Okay, so last time I was like 3/4 of the way through the 14 expansion. In between that, I did finish the Dawn Trail. I did enjoy it.
Critically acclaimed by Pro Jared.
Oh God, getting roasted by people that actually did enjoy it. But like, it's fine. I liked it. I think it does have the character of like they did. I think too much of the character where like they kind of like repeat a lot of stuff that happened in the past expansions, and it didn't hit nearly as hard.
Oh, that's not good.
I did enjoy my experience by the end, but I've done the raids, which is like, you know, the 8-person boss fights, and they are great. I've seen a lot of art of like this honeybee girl for so long leading up to it, and they are a lot of fun. I enjoy the raids more than the actual expansion, but like I think it's fine. I'm enjoying my time with it compared to like some other ones.
Are the raids not like built into the story, or are they just kind of like side things?
They are added later. Sometimes it can be built to the story. Like the Shadowbringer one, it heavily features characters that like the main side characters from the expansion, like the Shadowbringers one. Specifically, they mostly do feature a character from the story that's prominent.
Mm.
And like the Alliance raids tend not to as much. Like they maybe have one character may appear. Like the near raids didn't really have, you know, characters appear from the story at all, because that was just like a side faction. And then here's 2B and 9S event and 2P. I think that's like the other one.
The color swap.
Yes.
2B.
But those raids were so fun. I love them more than having a lot of the bosses from the expansion themselves. But no, I enjoy my time with it. There's a little lizard child that I love in that expansion that I would protect.
Lizard child.
He's adorable. I love him. He should be protected. I enjoy my time with it, but like I don't want to, you know, there's so much discourse with it that I'm exhausted. Even the freaking voice actress for the character getting like, you know, people like getting mad at her. I'm like, just a voice actor, man. Just let her be. That's
like when you're really grasping at straws, when you're picking on like voice actors. Like that's like, okay, you need to fucking log off at that point.
Yeah, because especially it's like, as I said,
they're literally just doing a job.
I said this last time, is like when you make a story entirely, but you make a newer character, like the focus point of essentially being the main character as the main character, and like people don't like her, or like, you know, flip flop. It's gonna be a coin flip whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And I think there was a little bit too much of them.
It is a gamble for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's probably like stories like that. Like if you read Hunter x Hunter and you don't like the main characters of this arc, then like you're not gonna enjoy the arc probably nearly as much.
Yeah,
or something like that. But what else have I played other than that? I bought and played through Destroy All Humans 1 because it was on sale for like $3.
Oh, I bought that too.
Yeah, I played through and beat through it very quickly.
Oh, I want to talk about this. So as a child, I wanted to play that game so bad because I just never got it. Is it rated M? I can't remember if it's rated M.
Yes, of course.
I might have been like too young to get whatever. My mom was normally cool about giving me M games, but whatever. But for years I wanted to play it, and it was like $2 or $3, so I bought it on Steam, and I was so bored by it. Yeah, it's so boring. I actually put it down.
It's also a really janky remake of it. There's some there's some like performance issues like in there, or bugs that I felt in there, but like it's fine. It's worth $3 if it goes on sale, but like,
I would say it's worth $3.
I would buy 2 if it's on sale if that same price, because number 2 is a lot more, I guess, lively.
Yeah, I was talking with some friends. They said 2 is a lot better, and they also remade that.
Don't make 3 is bad. I played it on 360.
It just, I don't know. I guess in my head I built it up to be a game that it wasn't. But
and then what else? What
Fortnite's been pretty good lately.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking tired of the War Machine Captain America shield stuff.
I love the Captain America. It's cheap.
It's cheap, but I think it's all it is. Like auto turret, you just block and hold, and you just throw shields at each other. Like that's all it is. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired of this already. Like I was playing a little bit of it earlier today before the recording. Oh, but what else have I been? There's another thing I've been playing. I'm actually downloading Wolfenstein. The first game of the new ones. I had never played those
is it the new Colossus? Is that what the first one's called?
I think it's the first one. I'm gonna play that soon, which is gonna be hopefully fun. And then I still have like Marvel Midnight Suns I need to play. I have a lot of shit Epic Game Store gave for free because the only reason I have it is for Fortnite. But I'm like, hey, I'll take all these free games. Why not? Oh, there's something else I've been like either watched or played. I'm trying to remember. I guess it might not have been important then.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to 100% my collection on Blatro. I'm almost there. I have one more Joker I haven't unlocked yet.
Right. Okay, I've been playing a little bit, but I'm still trying to get past like the Black Anti. I forget. I'm like.
Is that the one where it makes you some Joker? Yeah, some Jokers are eternal.
I'm on the one after that one.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's purple or black, but.
Is that the one where like Jokers can expire?
No, it's not that one. Oh God.
Yeah, Joker. There's one where Jokers can expire, and that one sucks.
But
they just become useless after 2 rounds.
Randomly, I guess the only thing I've been like watching, like in the background, certain nights on Twitch is Everything Now show I've been watching a lot of, which is like an improv show with like Twitch chats, like can be like a rap. So it's very funny.
I
told you about that. It has a lot of like. A lot of times, some random comedy Bang Bang people will show up on there. It's very funny. Like John Gaber showed up on a couple of those. Yeah. There's some old one where Joel Haver showed up on some, and I've been enjoying that. Some good background noise while I play Balatro, and some very, very funny shit in there. So if you something to watch on Twitch, that's Everything Now show is very funny.
I have one more thing I wanted to talk about too.
Go ahead.
I started watching Futariwa Pretty Cure.
Oh man, you were on the third level of the Tokusatsu superhero time of Super Sentai Kamen Rider and Pretty Cure.
Yep, I'm finally there.
Is this a newer one that you're watching?
No, it's the first one.
Okay.
Futariwa Pretty Cure literally means we are pretty cure.
Jim, you were taking your first steps into the triple triad. Yeah, the three heads of Mount Rushmore.
So something really funny. There's a lot of discourse on Twitter recently about people that like speed up their movies and media when they watch it. Did you see this?
Speed. Oh my god!
Like they double _2 speed. There was a.
It's like when you're trying to watch like three, like just to get the process information at a rapid, like the Flash, how he reads books at like a rapid pace.
I do really enjoy Pretty Cure, but I do want to watch it at like 1.5 speed because like
it is like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes, it's a baby show. Like all these are baby shows, and like they're very formulaic. But there's a lot of like I want to slow it down when like the fights happen. And obviously the intro, the OP, and the transformation sequences are amazing. But
Jim's one step closer to getting a Tokusatsu.
Hey, I like Tokusatsu. I just don't love like the long running series.
You're gonna.
I do. One thing though, I really do think is kind of cool. Just because like Pretty Cure as a franchise is really interesting to me because something like Sailor Moon, when you look at like another like big magical girl series, Sailor Moon just became something that was spitting out episodes forever.
Oh yeah, spitting out episodes, having this weird live action series in like America and Japan.
I watched a whole like video.
I watched the video of the American one.
Not the American one, but apparently people like love the Japanese one. They say it's like great actually.
I think it's the Twitter account like Toku Gifs and just having weird Sailor Moon one with like a plushie of like the white cat just appear. I'm like, this is weird.
It's so funny, but
the American one it's so weird.
Yeah, I remember seeing some clips of that.
I watched a video about that too. That was like
lost media for a while.
Yeah.
But the neat thing about Pretty Cure, in my opinion, is like they did the first season Futariwa, and then they did like a second season of the like extension, I think. And then they were like, you know what, we have a choice. We can make these the characters, or we can start like a whole new series. And then they started a whole new series with new characters, and it started this trend where like every season it's a new cast of characters. It's like a new art style, it's new colors, and some of them are like really hard to look at. Like there was one that got localized in English called Glitter Force. If you've ever seen Glitter Force,
I think I've heard. Probably a Fox Kids show.
Yeah, that was it was Smile Pretty Cure, I think. That got localized in English. But if you look at that one, it's really like kind of gross. But the colors are kind of gross. But Futariwa, the first series, the two magical girls are Cure Black and Cure White. and their designs are amazing. I think for like a magical girl, I'm gonna show Sam.
And so I'm not sure if you ever seen where like so they a lot of times like Super Sentai, Pretty Cure, all those stuff does like promotion together.
Yeah, I know they do all the crossovers.
But do you have promotion they do in live action where they wear the creepy mask, like the creepy anime girl mask? So you get like images like this where you just have them like they're dressed up, but they have the weird anime girl mask of the character.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And it's fucking freaky.
These are the two first Pretty Cures. Okay. Cure Black and White. I think these designs are amazing. I think they're perfect.
Pretty sure I've seen the one on the left before plenty of times.
She's kind of the main character of Cure Black. But then I did a thing. I was on the treadmill one day and I was just like, I'm going to find a YouTube video of every single OP for every single Pretty Cure and just watch them all. And like most of them are just kind of like a barrage of color, but there's one that I got really into, which I want to watch next, which is Heartcatch Pretty Cure, which that one has an evil magical girl called Dark Pretty Cure, who is literally the most gym core design. Let me show you. She's literally like my favorite character.
I like looking up like there's like this image of like one of the Pretty, I guess it's the Pretty Cure season of the same season as Lupin Ranger, where she's like about to like slam him on the ground. Like it's just the Wikipedia page thing.
Look at Dark Pretty Cure. Tell me that's a
sick design.
That is not something that I would fucking love. Like,
like I'm just seeing like a picture of like the Pretty Cure girl was built, but she had I just hate the anime girl mask. It's so creepy.
It's really creepy. I wish they just did like makeup on a woman.
I'm like, oh shit, that's Kamen Rider Build, my favorite series. Oh god, what is that monstrosity next? This is worse than like any monster he fought in that season.
But yeah, I just have a lot of weird respect for Pretty Cure as a franchise. I think it's kind of interesting.
I love the weird because when I went to Japan, I had to do the scavenger hunt for the Kamen Rider store, which is like in the Tokyo Station like mall, which is the hardest thing to find in Japan. Like we walked around this entire mall for like I feel like half an hour trying to find the entrance to this like mall.
That wasn't where the Nintendo store, or sorry, the Pokemon store is, right? No, you had to
go like an actual like train station.
Oh, really?
And like, a mall like somewhere in there. So we had to walk through there to try to find it. And like, there's the Kamen Rider store, which is cool, and then there was the Ultraman store, and then there's a Pretty Cure store next to that. So they're kind of like all three were.
Oh yeah, no, I was there. We found that place. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to find though, because you had to find the right pathway to get down there. And
we found that place by accident. Yeah, I'm thinking of it now because I remember the Kamen Rider. I remember the Pretty Cure. I remember looking at the Pretty Cure, and that was before I watched.
I bought a bunch from the Kamen Rider store. I love some of my favorite shirts from there, like their own clothing line and shit.
Yeah.
But like the Pretty Cure store, I saw the Pretty Cure, and like it's just sitting there menacingly.
It is so fucking fun. I think that there are some from the designs I've looked at. Some series are like a little too much color. I mean, it's show for baby girls.
It's visual throw up.
So it is going to be colorful and crazy. But is
it Lisa Frank?
Yes, Lisa Frank is really good. There's another one. The one that I do want to. So Heartcatch, the one I showed you with Dark Pretty Cure. That one has really good main character designs too. Let me show Sam.
Oh boy.
Heartcatch Pretty Cure. I mean, this is a kind of visual thing, but look at the main two girls.
Okay.
I like the way they look. It's like pink and blue.
I like the purple one I designed the most. The one's just Sailor Saturn, with the blonde.
Yeah, just kind of like Sailor Saturn. All right, but yeah, that's enough for Pretty Cure Corner. Also, I saw that Medi was posting about Pretty Cure, so I was like, oh my gosh, he's also watching Futariwa.
Oh my god, on Chainsaw. You talking about Pretty Cure, and I talking about Kamen Rider.
Definitely. Oh my god, so I can waste your time now.
I'm fine with that. I'm interested in that, unlike some people who are just interested in
It's just, when I start hearing names that I've too many times that I'm not familiar with, my brain turns off.
Well, there's one way you can fix that, Jim.
I don't have time. I need to watch Japanese movies from the 50s, Sam. I don't have time to watch Kamen Rider.
You can. You could have watched
I could have watched the entire.
I could have sent you a link. All of them.
I would have probably died. All right. Can we wrap this up?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll plug it up. What are we plugging up?
The hole in Gappy's, or I almost called him Gappy, in Jojo's cheek. I mean, Gappy did have a similar hole.
I just found one image of like Usagi going calmly, peacefully going to the MRI machine.
Oh, and it was designed like Mata Kudasai. That's cute.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I guess thank you all for listening. If you like the episode, again, leave anything that helps the video and or podcast episode, which is like, leave a review, like the video, subscribe, comment, all that stuff that helps, that algorithm bullcrap. It is bullcrap, Jim.
It is bullcrap.
If you like, you also can, if you like to have your name read out at the beginning of JOKAKAKA episodes every month, you are free to leave whatever you feel comfortable leaving on our Patreon. Follow me and Jim on Twitter and the podcast itself so you know when the episodes drop. And I think that's everything.
I think so. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful adventure that we call life. I mean, JoJoLands.
Sure, Jim.
Join us next month when we're sure to talk about how PACO is amazing.
How PACO used the hustle to
Save
jerk
the day.
everybody off.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.